that's really pretty. That's really pretty. It's basically rose syrup, so I hope I don't get a sugar crash. But it's really cute. Look at that. I've never seen a coffee with this sort of like color gradient before. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Woohoo! Cute. We'll pose with the waterfall behind us and our rose coffee. Yes. Anyway, you knew it would look cool. Yeah. So, yeah, the cat from Lopburi was there until we left. I don't know if you guys, whoever was there with us when we left and went to the train station, she was there. We said goodbye. She's chill because the owner of the guest house there, I think it's his cat, so all good. It's like, it's an iced Americano, yes and no, because this is, I think, just espresso. Americano is an espresso with added water, a watered down espresso. So you have, it's in a whole glass. Like espressos are like that big, and then you add the water, and then you've got a glass full Americano. So I think with these sort of flavored coffees, it's an espresso shot poured on top of whatever mixture it is. So this is a rose, maybe water. Let's try. I'm gonna mix it and see. Oh, it's like a soda. So it's like a rosy, it's sparkling water with a bit of rose syrup. So it's really fresh. It does have that rosy, flowery taste. It's slightly poppy from the soda water. So honestly, it's actually a perfect little pick-me-up in the afternoon, because it's not like your just strong coffee with heavy cream or something like that. It's an espresso shot with some like iced soda water and a dash of rose syrup. It's pretty nice. I know a lot of people don't like rose flavored things because it's super flowery, but I love it. And it's a proper espresso shot, so it's not watered down at first. Hey, Dark Passenger. So yes, a catch up. So I hope you guys do follow me and Gaspar on our Instagram. I'm usually the one taking care of Instagram stories. So I hope you guys do follow Awkward Travel Instagram. And I do my best to post stories, especially on a day off, to sort of continue the story of our travels for you guys, to fill in the blanks and give you off-stream content. So I did my best to sort of do a really thorough Instagram story. So once I ended the stream on the night train, that's where you guys left us off, I settled in, and I posted some of the monkey pictures that I was able to get in, because obviously I had to hide my phone while we visited the monkey temple. So I posted a little bit of the story of our day, and then posted a story about how we got onto the night train, and said I would sort of update you guys as best as I can about our arrival. But the arrival was so quick and a bit messy. I really did enjoy making that story, so I hope you saw it before it went away. So we arrived at about like 9 a.m. So yeah, we arrived late, but we kind of knew we would arrive later than initially planned because of the delay. So we arrived at 9 a.m. We were so tired. Neither of us slept very well, just a wink. I slept good. The hour that I did sleep, I slept well, but it was only an hour, because the train continues to stop and passengers come on and off through the night. So you get interrupted in your sleep, you know what I mean? So yeah, when I did sleep on the train, the wink of sleep I got, it was nice. But I got up before the sun, and I saw the sunrise, which was so nice. Enjoyed the sun rising as we winded through the rural parts of Thailand. As we inched into Chiang Mai, we went through the jungles, and we had a bit of mountainside, and it was so nice. And then we arrived at the station, we jumped off, we concentrated on getting our taxi to the hotel, and we were already in touch with the hotel a few days before, saying we are coming by the train, so we'll arrive early. Will we be able to check in around like 9 a.m.? And she was like, yeah, don't worry. So we arrived. It was really nice. No one was there to let us in, so I called like, hi, sorry, can you let us in? We're here. And they're like, oh yeah, oops. So they let us in. We're like, okay, that's fine. It's 9 o'clock. They let us in. The check-in was the longest check-in that we ever experienced. It was very thorough, but I think they were trying to kill time because our room wasn't ready. So we're like, okay, that's fine. Like, okay, cool. But it was a very like awkward silence and all this. Like, I don't know. She was just like a very nervous person, or I don't know. Anyway, so we're like, okay, don't worry. Like, don't have to like sit and entertain us. Like, we can sit and be left alone. Don't worry. Like, it's okay. But obviously, we didn't say that. Like, we didn't want to be impolite or anything, but it was like really awkward. We're like, it's fine, we'll just wait, you know. Anyway, so then she said something where I was like, my like radar went off. She was like, so fortunately I was able to upgrade you guys to another room, to a bigger room. And we were like, okay, cool. Like, usually that's a good news, but when you're in a guest house or like in boutique hotels, you know, like, it's not like you're getting upgraded when in a like Hilton or something, you know. Like, when you're upgraded in a regular hotel, that's great, because you know that means you'll get a better room with like maybe an extra bathtub or a balcony with a view or a bigger bed or whatever, right? Do you know what I mean? But when you are in sort of like these kind of boutique-y type hotels where every room design-wise and stylistically are extremely different, you need to kind of, in my opinion and Gaspar's opinion, you kind of have to be careful about upgrading your guests, or at least ask them if they've agreed to an upgrade, because when you book a special like design room, you're booking the room because you like that design, right? So we booked the room because we liked the design of the room. We booked the room because it had nice dark blue walls, it had the wooden like floor and, you know, Thai style, and it was on the bottom floor, which we actually preferred. And she was like, yeah, fortunately I upgraded you to the upstairs room where it's brighter and bigger. And we were like, okay. So out of politeness, we were like, okay, thank you. And we finally were let in, and it was, yeah, we thought it was a downgrade. We were like, yeah, sorry, this is, I mean, we specifically booked the other room. Like, is it okay if we don't accept the upgrade and just take the room we initially booked? Like, we decided to book that room because we kind of liked the blue and the aesthetic of it. Like, do you mind? Is that okay? And she was like, oh, okay. And then we're like, so, I mean, can we just look at the other room the one we booked, and see like if it's actually the one we prefer? And she was like, oh, okay, but it's not ready yet. And we're like, oh, okay, can we just look at it and then we'll wait, and if we like it, we'll wait and we'll book and we'll move into the one we booked? And she was like, okay. So we go down. Yeah, it's way more subjective in these types of hotels. And honestly, like, we really didn't prefer the one that she chose for us. And then it got even stranger. So we went downstairs and we looked and we're like, yes, exactly. Yes, we like this room. This is the one we booked. We want to keep the one we booked. And then Gaspar noticed that there was like someone's personal belongings in the room. And we were like, oh, sorry, but it seems like someone's in this room. And she was like, yeah, I'm living in it. And we were like, sorry. Like, it was really awkward situation. It was a really awkward situation. The owner was in the room that we booked. And so we were like, wait, what? Like, really awkward moment. And we were like, oh, sorry. And she was like, don't worry, I'll move out and I'll get it ready, and then it'll be ready at 1 o'clock, which is the regular checkout in time. And we were like, oh. okay. And then she's like, in the meantime, just take a nap in the other room, and then when it's ready, I'll let you move down to the other room. And we were like, okay. And we just felt so embarrassed and so awkward. Like, how does that happen? The owner was like, literally in the room we booked, we were like, wait a minute, how does this, like, why, what did we, what? And it was like, yeah, firstly, why was it available to book if she was living in it? Or if she, because it's actually kind of, it's a good thing to, if an owner like tries out their rooms to see how well the room is and how comfortable, like, that's really great. That's great if an owner sleeps in the rooms to like experience it, right? To make sure that all the details are there to like give the best experience to your guests. But the fact that she let us in with all of her stuff around, it was kind of awkward. And I was thinking to myself, like, if you noticed that room was booked, wouldn't I personally, if I was the owner, I would have moved out of that room and got it ready for my guest, because that guest booked this room, right? So that's why it was just a very embarrassing situation for me and Gaspar as a guest to see the room that we booked had all of her stuff in it. We were like, wait a minute, what's going on? Anyway, so we had to wait till 1 o'clock, and they cleaned up the room and then let us in at 1. But that meant we missed half of our day off, and we were so exhausted. Yeah, it was a little bit of a yikes situation, and very odd. Anyway, and there's a lot of strange communication moments that are making a lot of awkward moments with this place. But the room, we're glad we finally got the room we asked for, and obviously felt bad for kicking her out, but we did book it. Like, it was a bit of a like odd situation. Anyway, I just never had that experience before. So me and Gaspar, we were like, wait a minute, what? And so we were like, kind of like, you know, because we're so like insecure and socially awkward people, we were so humiliated and just replaying the whole situation in our heads, like, wait, what just happened? Why did this happen? What's happening? And so we were like, wait, if I was an owner of the hotel, like, I would totally go sleep in the rooms to make sure everything is in order, to make sure everything is comfortable. I think that's a great thing to do. But the minute I see that a room is booked and I'm sleeping in it, I'm out of there and I'm cleaning it and getting ready for the guest that's arriving, right? And I think what happened was she was not necessarily willing to leave that room, so she made it seem like we were getting an upgrade, and she just randomly put us in another room. But it wasn't an upgrade. It was just that she didn't want to leave the room we had booked. And then we were like, wait, does that mean that when you book a room in this hotel, you don't necessarily get the room you book, you just get randomly placed in another room? That's a little bit of a risk, because like I said, every room is designed so differently and when you book in a place like this, you're booking a specific room with the design, right? So we were just like trying to like speculate, like, okay, how does this work? Like, how is this person like working? Do you know what I mean? So it was just so embarrassing. Like, we walked into this person's, like, she had all her belongings in the hotel, in the room that we booked, and we were like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. So it was very like embarrassing for us. She is the owner of the hotel. Yeah. And this morning she started serving us, but she was serving us things that we didn't ask for. And so we were like, wait, I don't want to eat, like, in my head, I was like, I don't want to eat this for breakfast. But she served it us without asking because we thought it was a breakfast buffet. So Gaspar started putting toast on his plate. I just sit down and have a coffee before I decide what I want to eat, right? And suddenly she starts serving us food, and we're like, oh, I didn't know we were getting food served. I thought we were just getting a toast like at the buffet, and that was it. Like, so again, it was another miscommunication, like awkward moment where suddenly we were getting served so much food that I couldn't eat. And it was like really embarrassing because I don't want to be rude. So here I am trying to eat food that I didn't necessarily want to eat for breakfast, but because I don't want to be rude, now I'm stuffing my face and now I'm full and I don't eat that much for breakfast and blah, 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 blah. So it's just, and I know she's like overly serving us or something. I don't know what it is, but it's like, you know what I mean? What do you think of solo travel? I want to go to Antwerp for house music set by Emily Lenz. I work for the airline, so I fly for free. It's a week away. Should I go? A1, is that even a question? Go for it. First of all, you have the flight for free. Secondly, it sounds like you're going to be going and doing something that you really are passionate and excited to experience. I say do it. Don't be worried about solo travel, especially when you're going to do a thing specifically that you want to do. Like you have a mission, right? Do you see what I'm saying? I say, and A1, it's not even a question. Go take that flight. Go to Antwerp. Do it. Welcome to my hi, Narcotion. Are you still here? Yeah. Do it. Solo travel obviously is a very different experience than to traveling with a partner or with friends. But it is an amazing experience. I say if you had the chance to experience both, you should experience both. Yeah, well then I say do it. A1, oh my gosh, go for it. Do it, 100% go for it. Go for it. Yeah, you do learn a lot about yourself. It's really, when you travel alone, you are doing your thing. You're not answering to anyone else's schedule. You are responsible for yourself and yourself only. You can choose what to do, when to do it, where to go, when to go there. Eat what you want, sleep when you want, drink what you want, eat what you want, whatever. Go to that, you don't have to like compromise on the itinerary with someone. Like, you want to go to see that music? You go see that music. You don't have to worry about your friend not enjoying it. You just do it. And you learn a lot about what you enjoy as a person, indeed. And you learn about patience, and you learn to like just be with yourself, which actually a lot of us aren't very used to living, like being on your own, and I think that's a very important skill to have. Even as a woman, of course, Vexy. I mean, look at me. I know I'm here with Gaspar, but during the day, it's me and you. I've solo traveled with you guys on stream. We had that discussion a lot. Like, solo traveling as a woman shouldn't be any different than solo traveling as a man. You do you, girl. Like, you go, you're a strong-ass woman, taking on the world, showing off your female strength. Do your adventure, do your thing. Don't need no man to take care of you. You got it, you can take care of yourself. I'm not denying that. Obviously, there are things as a woman that unfortunately we have to be aware of in the world, but I don't think that should hold you back. Be careful, of course, but at the same time, we have to be careful no matter where we are in the world, right? I'm a woman at home as well as a woman traveling, you know what I mean? So when I'm at home, in my home country, I'm a woman needing to take care of myself as a woman, but I'm also a woman needing to take care of myself as a woman abroad. It doesn't change. I do have to admit though, there are a couple of places in the world that I personally would rather not travel to by myself, and I would definitely rather travel with Gaspar, with my male partner. But it's a personal preference. Every woman has their like limits. Every girl has their every person in the world has their boundaries, right? So I know where my limits are as a traveler, as a female traveler. You know, I'm more than happy to travel Thailand by myself, Taiwan by myself, Singapore, Vietnam, whatever, Taiwan, etc. But there's probably some places in the world that I would actually rather prefer and feel a little safer traveling with my fiance. Yeah. Do you guys know any solo travel meetup sites or apps? Ooh, this is a really good question, A1. I think there's a big lack of like actual solo travel, like apps to meet fellow travelers. There's Facebook groups. There are Facebook groups for sure that you can join. And there are Facebook groups like, for example, Backpacking Thailand. And then you can like post like, hey, I'm a backpacker currently here in Thailand. Is anyone around? Let's meet up. There's even special like backpackers of Chiang Mai, backpackers of Bangkok. You know, and then you've got your like little hippie groups and things like that. So Facebook is a great place to start. Tinder as well, actually, A1, yes. Actually, Tinder though, like there should be an actual Tinder for solo travelers. I don't believe there is something like that out there. However, Tinder is the way solo travelers meet other solo travelers because it's the only place. There's no actual app for it. So I actually really, like, no joke, Tinder is not used just for hookup, especially if you're traveling. Tinder is used to meet other travelers. Yeah. So actually try Tinder. Try Tinder and like just make your profile like, look, I'm traveling and I just want to meet other travelers. And then maybe, I don't know how Tinder is at, like I've never used the app and I do not know how it is nowadays, but I do feel like it is still being used in that manner. Because you know how Tinder is like, it finds matches in your location, like near your location, right? So I think if you just put your profile like, hi, I'm just traveling and I want to meet people. Tinder, honestly, I know Facebook, I know maybe some of us might not really, I don't really use Facebook. The only reason I use Facebook is to chat with my mom and join the travel groups, all those Facebook travel groups. Really great for advice as well. Yeah, those are my two advices for meeting people. And of course, just choosing accommodation. Like if you're traveling alone and you want to meet people, go stay in like hostels. Stay in hostels that are known for its social life and for its events and things. Book a hostel that have like common rooms with activities, because then you can go hang in the common room and then meet people who also stay in the hostel. You know, that they might have like nighttime events and drinking and party and dinner things. So hostels are another great way to meet people on the go. Yeah. So yeah, there's just like, yeah, you're gonna kind of go around. I think just traveling solo in general, like you'll always find others. You kind of will magnify people to come and like say hi and like talk to you, like even just sitting at the bar, you know? Yeah. Is there an app called Meetup? Oh, I don't know. Is it? I don't know this one. There's probably apps or something that I still don't know about. But I'm also just old school. Like, I'm also, because I travel with G, I don't necessarily seek out meeting people. But so when I do meet people, it's organically, like when I'm at the bar or when I'm at the hostel or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So Meetup is an app, but you haven't had good luck with it personally? Oh, yeah, that's the thing with those type of apps. It's also like subjective, like what your experience is. Are there payphones in Thailand? There probably is. If they're in use, no, probably not. I used Meetup when I changed cities after college to find pickup sports. Oh, cool. Yeah. It's kind of a rule, right, Bronze? Like, if you're solo traveling, you will emanate that energy of like, yo, I'm traveling solo and I'm here to meet people. I'm here to make friends. And another solo traveler will like pick up on that vibe and they'll approach you. Or a group of people will be like, yo, you're drinking here tonight. Are you with people? No? Well, then join us. Or even if you're like me and Gaspar, we make friends all the time getting drunk. You know, meeting people at the bar. I know, strange concept, especially during COVID. But Gaspar and I have met so many people at the bars in over our years of traveling. Getting drunk with strangers is the best way to make a friendship on the road. Seriously. Always, the easiest form of social interaction, don't you think? You start drinking together, you start sharing your travel stories together, and off you go, you know? You already have something in common, sharing something in common. You can find people through your hobby. So if you're a runner, you can find another runner on Strava, house music, I guess maybe Emil Lens Discord group. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Like if you're traveling for a certain thing, like the Emily Lens concert, I'm sure there is a group for that. You'll be like, yo, I'm going alone. Does anyone want to meet up? Yeah. You need to, honestly though, exactly, like if you, maybe that's a little bit too hippy-dippy for some of you, but if you like focus on like giving out that energy to the world, like, yo, I'm friendly, and I want to make friends, I think that works. Like if you're open to making friends, you will make friends, you know? You're excited, tilted to explore Chiang Mai again? Me too. Oh, okay. Anyway, one of the main reasons why we're sat here for coffee, but to refer to the map. So today we're just easing in. We're gonna go visit that temple because it's here. So I think what we should do is visit like we should do like your typical old town stops, right? Like do all the stops. So that means lots of temple hopping this afternoon. So go and visit all of the magnificent, majestic old temples. And I want to try maybe by 5 o'clock, I want to bring you guys to a secret place. So let's keep a time check, okay? So by 5 o'clock, I want to get to this secret place and show you a secret place. There's one unfortunate thing about this secret place. So usually this secret place is opened until after dark, but the secret place no longer stays open after dark. So if I want to show you the secret place, we have to go before the sunset. So let's say 5 o'clock, just before the sun sets. So let's do that. Otherwise I would have brought you guys at 6 or something, but it closes. So 5 o'clock, secret place. So we've got until 5 to get lost in the center of the old town. You can do temple hopping, go stare at the magnificent old ass structures that have been here for hundreds of years and are just so mind-blowing. Stop off for snacks or whatever, just chill and enjoy the town. And then make our way to the secret place at 5. And then I'm thinking dinner somewhere local, rooftop maybe. This is the one thing that I still haven't fully kind of grasped in the city are the rooftop places. For some reason, I find that very difficult to figure out here in Chiang Mai. So I think I found a few places that might work for a rooftop vibe. So I want to go check that out with you guys tonight. So that's the idea today. So then we'll end the evening on the rooftop somewhere in town. And then we've got Saturday and Sunday, so tomorrow's weekend. All the weekend stuff is coming up, which is really exciting. Here in Old Town, there's a lot of things that come to life on the weekend. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm also thinking about doing like the mountain. Maybe we could do that tomorrow. Anyway, so today is about just kind of getting into the swing of things here in Chiang Mai, doing all the awesome temples, going to this secret place at 5 p.m., having dinner somewhere, and then doing the rooftop to top it all off. Does it sound like a plan? So yeah, it's about 1 o'clock. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, about 4 hours to just do our thing, and then, well, maybe less than 4 hours, because I'll have to figure out how long it will take us to walk to the place, because I want to be at the place at 5. Let me see, like, say we come from this area, how far it is to walk. Let me check. For example, if we walked from here to the secret place, it will take, it's a 15-minute walk. Okay, so it's not that far, it's not bad. So around 4:30, chat. So chat, at 4:30, start telling me like, yo, Tallulah, get the fuck out. It's time to go to the place. And then we'll go to the place. Sound like a plan? Plan, Stan? Well, anyway, Chiang Mai is not that big, at least around Old Town. So honestly, anything is walkable. And you guys know I like to walk, so it's all good. All right, let's finish finish our coffee. I should put on my shirt now. So we're gonna start visiting temples. Yeah, you heard a tuk-tuk, that's correct. An old tuk-tuk. There's a few tuk-tuks around. All right. And time to sweat. But no, I don't think we'll need to be taking any tuk-tuks tonight. Maybe tomorrow to get to the weekend market. I'm really hoping the weekend market that I really enjoy here is open. Everything, Chiang Mai was really affected by COVID, and I don't know if you guys were here with me in November, but it was so dead, right? And like all the markets were closed, nothing was open, nothing was moving, nothing was vibing, except for maybe 1 or 2 places. So I'm really hoping that our hotel staff said, like the owner said, things were open again, the markets were open again. So I really hope that that's true. I'll like double check with her tomorrow morning. All right, time to pay, and let's start our adventure. There's no Uber in Thailand, doctor. There's Grab Taxi, which is like Uber. And is it more expensive than tuk-tuk? No. Honestly, it's cheaper to take Grab Taxi. Tuk-tuks are a little bit more expensive because their fuel consumption is different than a regular car, and the way the drivers work, they have to work in regions. So if they take you from A to B, they have to go drive back to A to pick up another passenger. So they're doing double the ride. They don't always not all of them like pick you up at A, drop you off at B, and then find passengers at B and then go somewhere else. They have to drive back to where they started from, because I think there's kind of like a politics thing, and I think I feel like it's the same with tuk-tuks like motorbikes. So there's these motorbike taxis, and the taxi drivers have their like territory. And it's just to kind of keep the peace, so like you're not stealing passengers from other, like to kind of keep the job, like spread the job evenly around all the workers. So if you're a motorbike driver and you get your license, to be able to pick up passengers from a certain district, and you're not allowed to pick up passengers outside that district that you are registered as. Yeah, to spread out the jobs, right? So you're not stealing other motorbike taxi jobs, right? So I think maybe tuk-tuks work somewhat the same. They have a territory, and they're allowed to pick up people from that area. You're then driving your guests to whatever location they ask you to take, but then you have to drive back to pick up another passenger, because that's your territory. So I think that's why maybe on top of that, the fuel consumption is more than a regular car. Plus they have to drive back to where you started. So I think that's why they'll charge you a bit more than a regular taxi. Okay. But that's just speculation, because I heard about that with motorbike taxis, so I'm wondering if it's the same for tuk-tuk drivers. Because a tuk-tuk driver kind of told me, like, yeah, I have to go back to where I picked you up. And I was like, oh, weird, okay, cool. So I'm wondering if that's the same. Why are you guys not charging? Hold on. Okay, now you are charging. Everyone's charging. Everything's charged. Okay, I'm going to pay my bill, and then we can get a move on. Huh? Oops. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Oops. Ow. ขอบคุณค่ะ 55 baht. Not bad, not bad. Alrighty. Okay. We good? Hold on. Okay. Wait, where are we? Oh, yes. Okay, let's go start our adventure today. First stop, we're going to an epic temple. It's so amazing. It's called Wat Phra Singh. Wat Phra Singh. I'm plugged into my caffeine IV. Yep. Wat Phra Singh is our first stop. It's one of the like big temples in Old Town here in Chiang Mai. And I remember when I first discovered it with you guys, I don't know why I like Somehow I missed it the first few times coming into Chiang Mai for some reason. I don't know why, because it's one of the bigger ones. It's a bit odd. Oh yeah, chat, wasn't there the postcard somewhere around here? Let's go to the temple and then come back for the postcards. Please don't let me forget. So yeah, it's a bit odd that I missed it the first few times. Wait. Wine therapy? What does that mean? Wine therapy. Wine therapy? That sounds like something I need. I need wine therapy. Sorry, I got really distracted there. So yeah, anyway, back to the temple. Okay, this is where the postcards are. Please remind me after the temple, let's go to get the postcards, okay? All right, so sorry, that was, okay, still distracted. What was I talking about? The temple. It's one of the biggest ones here in Old Town. So I don't know how I missed it. The first few times I visited Chiang Mai, but I did. And then one day I just went there with you guys on stream and I was like, whoa, my mind was blown. So for me, it's a bit special because it's one of the temples that I discovered with you guys on stream a few years ago. And so every time we go to Chiang Mai together, it's kind of become one of the first like spots that I visit with you guys on stream, just because it's like so epically mind-blowing. And I just remember the first time I visited it, it was with you guys on stream and I was like, whoa. So anyway, that's like I have like three conversations in my head at once. Wine therapy, postcards, epic temples. You guys following? You guys following? You guys following? Latino Fool, thank you so much for your donation. I have to read out the message because there's no text to speech. Thank you so much. I'm feeling awkward. Can I get a let's go Mavs basketball team? Oh, I don't know this. Basketball team, cool. Thank you, Latino Fool, so much. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the volume. Okay. Text to speech is only €2 and 200 baht. 200 baht. Text to speech is €2 donation and 200 bits. So anything less will be doesn't get like our like text to speech doesn't read your message, so I have to read it out. But I can try and pretend to be the text to speech, okay? Ting! Latino Fool generously handed €1 and 75 cents. I'm feeling awkward. Smiley face. Can I get a let's go Ma VS, my basketball team? Have to be read out awkwardly because our text to speech bot girl is awkward. So. But anyway, thank you so much, Latino Fool. Hi, Cecilia! Okay. Temple time, Wat Phra Singh. It's pretty big. It's pretty epic. Who's ready for the epicness of this temple? Just you wait, chat. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eye holes open. Because, yeah, this place is just eyegasm. It's amazing. I think I need to change my mask. So I don't know if you can tell this mask, it's a little bit awkward. I had to buy one at the pharmacy because all my masks are getting washed. But I might just get, I have my spare mask. I might change it out because I feel like my voice is muffled and it's hard. It's falling down. I don't know. It's not good. It's just not good. It's just not, it's very uncomfortable. I feel like it's going to keep sliding down my face. Okay, anyways. Never mind. Okay, we are approaching Wat Phra Singh. Wait, before we approach. Okay. I'm not sure if there's an entry fee for this one.
Hello, taxi.
No, thank you. I'm not sure if we need. I don't think we need an entrance fee for this one. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay. So this place is pretty big. It has many different sort of like sections of the temple. I think this section here in the front is like the main J-Berg.
Berg 26 generously handed you €7 and 26 cents. Enjoy the tempo.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, J-Berg, wow. Gosh, thank you so much for your lovely donation. Thank you so much. I can't wait to share this temple with you. Thank you so much. Cheers. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm turning back down the volume because we're gonna go inside. So this, as I was trying to explain, so anyways, let's creep into the shade for a second. Okay, so you can hear me like this, right? Okay, so this is the entrance to the like property of the temple, and then this one here, it's kind of the more modern building. This temple is really big, and I think one of the more important ones because it's not just a temple, but it's also a location for the Buddhist libraries, Buddhist monks' living quarters. So it's kind of a big hub. It's not just a temple, but the monks live here. They have their academic and their like study libraries and like Buddhism like classroom type things on the sides here. There's a big library, so all your like Buddhist dogma and books and scriptures and study materials. So it's not just a temple, it's a place where monks will come to learn and study and live and meditate. Chiang Mai in general, yeah, campus, that's the perfect word for it. Chiang Mai in general is a very spiritual city. It has thousands and thousands of temples, and I think has like out of many cities in Thailand, Chiang Mai has the most temple in like a certain radius, like so many, and many from like different periods of history, from like the 12th century to modern day, and even older. Also, they have special temples and things built in very traditional and very northern style Lana tradition, which is not Thai. It's kind of like a tribal from the north. So there's many, like I think you might notice that today, a lot of buildings and temples will be built in a special style, very wooden, Lana style. Lana is a word you'll hear a lot in this northern part of Thailand. It's like hill tribe aboriginal peoples of the north of Thailand. There's the Lana tribe, the Akat tribe. They are the aboriginal peoples, the mountain tribes. They're the ones who grow coffee and tea leaves in the mountains today. They're the ones who have the beautiful handcrafted clothings, embroideries, beautiful, all that colorful jewelry that I love to wear is traditionally from Hill tribe. So all of that is from this part of Thailand. So they have the Lana tribe and the Lana tradition temples and things too, which are not necessarily Buddhist Thai, but their own kind of like segment of religion and Buddhism. So that's why in this part of Thailand and in Chiang Mai, you also have special temples that women are not allowed to enter. And we have a Is it this one or the other one? No, not this one. Another temple that we're gonna visit next. There's actually a section where I myself am not allowed to go and see because it's not allowed for girls. That's not a Thai thing, it's not a Buddhist thing. It's a Lana tradition, which is like ancient. So anyways, enough of the like little spiel. Let's take our shoes off and first see the modern section of this temple. This is the like modern day addition to the campus, and every night at around 4-5 o'clock you will hear the Buddhist monks. They'll come here and do their 4 p.m. reflection meditation, and you'll hear them chanting, and it's beautiful. The chairs laid out is a bit different. Not normally have the chairs, so I'm not sure, maybe they had some kind of congregation recently, but usually there's no chairs. You just sit on the floor. We see a monk. There's a monk there. He's waiting for, you can sit in front of the monk there, and he will give you blessing and put the prayer string on your arm after he gives you the blessing. Of course, I would love to do that, but I do not know this tradition, and I'm not Buddhist, so I don't know how to do it properly, and I don't want to do it like disrespectfully. But yes, if you do see a monk sitting in the sides of a temple like this, it's because you can go and like pay your merit to the monk, and he will give you a bracelet that like holds the blessing or the prayer, the magic. So I'm just leaning down on the ground with my knees and my feet facing away from Buddha. That's how you should cross your legs. Do not ever point your feet towards the Buddha statue. That's disrespectful. You must always have your head lower than the Buddha head, which is why normally you will see people praying sitting on the floor on carpet. You are connected to the ground this way, paying your respect to Buddha. Okay, let's go. So the monk is just walked away, but this is his like area here. So you bring your offering to him, and he will make a prayer for you. Oh. Okay, let's go. So that's the main area of today. So at around 4 or 5 o'clock, the monks will gather here. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Jay Burke.
Burke 26 generously handed you 26 euros and 26 cents. Blessings.
Thank you so much, Jay Burke. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much, Jay Burke, for your donation. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Oh, woohoo. The prayer worked. Last time I was here, a few months ago, so like back in November, right? Just briefly, we came to visit here, and all of this was under renovation, so it's actually really nice to see. Like, I think they just kind of redid all this, the plants and everything. This bell, this looks old. Probably is. But they did like some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like landscaping, I guess? Yeah. You were praying for Bitcoin to go to 1 million? We should all pray for that. Oh, I forgot to take my sunglasses off. Shoot. You're a practicing Buddhist is really... Are you serious, Jayberg? Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, I'd love your addition because I'm not a practicing Buddhist, but I love to learn, and obviously being in Thailand, just observing the tradition is so amazing. That's so cool. I didn't know that. Oh, that's so special. Well, thank you so much, Jayberg. Okay, so here we are. So yeah, the garden's all brand new. It's really nice. What are these, like wild roses or something? Do they smell? Oh, they are. They are like those type of roses. Oh my God, it smells so good. Shit, holy crap. Oops. No, oh, I wish you guys could smell that. Wait, is there a bug in there? No, you're good. Don't want you to sniff and then like a beagle's up your nose hole or something. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my God, that smells so good. I got the gist of it. Oh, good. Okay. If I'm saying bullshit, it's completely like not on purpose. It's just that I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Buddhism is, you know, it's an ancient, age-old tradition with so many, just like any religion, like every country has its own like take, and it's not a simple thing, you know. There's so many like complicated, amazing, like intertwining things about Buddhism, and yeah, anyways. I'm seriously and truly so intrigued by it. Mainly Thai Buddhism, because being in Thailand for so long, like Thai people are very spiritual, and being a Buddhist is a part of their daily life and their identity as Thai people. So I think if you're in, you know, as a traveler, generally speaking, if you love a country and you're in a country for so long and you're immersing yourself in a country, it's part of the education, right? What is this? I don't know. So I think that's a school in there. Yes, it is. Okay, so over there is a school, young kids school. A lot of temples in Thailand have a school beside, and many kids are educated by monks. Like, that's the public school. And then the libraries for the monks are on the other side of this building here. We'll go back around that way after. I studied it for 6 years and I haven't studied Thai Buddhism, so this is all new. Ah!
This represented 67 generously.
Hey!
19 euros
What the heck,
and 89
man?
cents.
Wow. Thank you so much, Misrepresented. I appreciate it so much. Gosh, thank you so much. You're gonna make me sweat. Wait, I'm already sweating. What am I saying? Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much, Misrepresented. I appreciate your donation and your support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you. Gosh. Yeah, so all this is new. All new landscaped pretty gardens. And up ahead, chat, is actually the older part of the temple. So these buildings that we're coming up to next are 13th century old. So let's go first to so this is the main hall, right? That we went inside just now. So that's the main hall that they built recently. And then this here is the main hall from when they first built the temple back in the early 1300s. And you can kind of see the difference in the architecture. Well, first of all, it's wood. Thai style, old traditional wood style. Compared to the cement and the gold finishings, it's the wood with some gold finishing. So we'll go in there first. Oh, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I don't know, there's something about this place. It's really, really, really magnetic. You see the Buddhists walking around in the campus. The monks. There's some kind of energy here, which I always love. I love basking in it. So these are old. So this is actually one of the things that I recently learned about what's different in the north of Thailand versus the rest of Thailand. These creatures here, they're like lion / reptile / some kind of mythical creature, but very particular to the north of Thailand. So they are the creatures that you will see protecting the entrances of the temple versus the Naga, which are these snakes. These I'm sure you've seen everywhere on the stream, everywhere in Thailand. That's kind of like the typical Thai creature that protects the entrance of palaces and temples. The Naga, or like the giant serpent. These like mythical Buddhist creatures, or yes, they are also called dragon. They are always the creatures protecting the staircases up into the buildings. So their heads will be at the bottom, and then as you go up the stairs, by the railing is their body. So that's kind of your typical. But then in the north of Thailand, like ancient tradition, you have those like lion type hybrid. Oh my goodness.
Work 26 generously handed you 13 euros and 20 cents. Protectors.
Jay Berg, oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, that's correct. They are the protectors. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you, Jay Berg. Cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have I ran into Jay? Not yet. He's in Bangkok. We're hoping that they'll come up into Chiang Mai soon. We're trying to coordinate. I'm sure eventually we'll run into each other. So of course we take off our shoes and inside we go. They have the like red wood, gold, metal, like bronze, brass detailing. And then inside we have the Buddha with the Buddha in a shrine. And they always throw me off, these wax figure of monks. I'm gonna wait for them to finish the photo first. So these, don't be alarmed, they're wax figures of like past monks that perhaps used to be here, used to live here in this monastery, I guess. And this one here, they dressed him in cotton and a hat. This is a metallic. I wonder why he is dressed and not the others. Sometimes you see that they'll dress the statues, maybe like for some like ceremonious thing. So yes, these are the monks that used to live here or passed away here in front of Buddha statue in the shrine. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Lots of like old photos too. Little monk kids. I was trying to see the date, but they didn't date that photo. There's many old school photo, like, yeah, so realistic, right? The Lana local fresh food, 1912. It's the Lana people coming down from the mountains to sell their crop into Chiang Mai. Yes, Sanskrit is the Buddhist language, traditional language. Sanskrit. Ooh. Okay. I think we'll see many wax sculpture. Is that what it's called? I guess. Of like monks and things. Then, guys, 1912 was before